Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I am so excited to be bringing you today's live video from Colorado Springs at the annual dealer meeting where we come to you live with all of the 2026 new models and floor plans being offered to you by Newmar. My name is Katie O'Neill. You can find me at 303-562-8659 or at RVs Inside Out. So as usual, Avon, take her on back. I love to start my videos from the inside out, and I am so excited to bring you today's floor plan. This is a 4595. This is what we will call an entertainer's model. And some of the features that we're able to show you today are just fantastic. One of them is this beautiful Morel high gloss wood finish. And in this coach, as you'll see, we've been able to not only provide you with ample room for getting ready in the morning, for getting ready at night. So this beautiful luxury shower here with all of this fantastic dark faucet set, with all of the fantastic dark, accoutrement on all of the cabinets, but also with plenty of room in this rear bathroom to get ready. One of the nicest features of this coach, of course, is the fact that we have so much counter space in this rear bath and dual vanity. So very nice. I love this vessel sink, especially paired with this beautiful faucet set. Your in-light mirror, just fantastic for getting ready. And of course, as you can see, we've got that cathedral ceiling here in the rear of this London Aire. Now, one of the features that's so cool about this coach is the fact that you have so much storage in here. So you could use this as all long storage. You could use it for sweaters and sweatshirts. You could use it for linens, or you could take the shelves out and have just all that extra hanging space, however you would see fit. And one of the nicest features of this floor plan is very much the amount of room that you have here for all of your, underwear, socks, maybe your joggers, whatever it is that you're using to get ready in the morning. And then a ton of extra space here for your linens and towels. And then a nice 3-bank drawer here in the center. And of course, all of these drawers are dovetailed. They're all soft close. And this is giving you just a huge amount of storage in here. So if you want to get ready before you're entering into the master bedroom, you're welcome to do so. And then here we have, again, just all of that extra storage here. You can see all of the shelves, the long hanging bars. And of course, one of the nicest features of this coach is the fact that you can actually remove these cabinets. So if you have your ball gowns and maybe your snowmobiling suits, whatever it may be, you can go ahead and bring those with you as well. Now you'll note here in the London Aire, we still have our beautiful egress door. And I love the way that they've come up with this really nice, simple tweed that ties in so well with the wallpaper on their lambrequins. Of course, we have our robe hook, also adorned in black. And then one of the nicest features of this coach, of course, is that you can go ahead and get your laundry done here in the rear, but you can also keep your towels in the dryer, giving you a nice, fluffy, warm exit from your shower. And of course, all of the floors in this coach are heated, even the foot cover or even the step cover that I'm standing on here. Now, please note, one of the best things about this dealer show is the fact that we are able to bring to you these standard interiors. So in other words, this is the Alden on the interior. So this beautiful interior that you see here paired with the flooring, we see so many specials when we bring coaches in that have this floor or that floor. So this is just a beautiful opportunity to see how well Newmar has come up with these. You can order this right off of the order guide, and it is fantastic. Now this brings you one of my favorite bedrooms. So when they came up with this, I was just ecstatic. One of the nicest features of this bedroom is right here. So not only do you have your storage here, but you also have your safe here in the back behind this hidden little cubby. And of course, this is an adjustable shelf once again, so you can keep all of your gold bullion, all of your diamonds, and all of your handguns all in one fell place right behind this television, and no one would be the wiser. Another thing that I really love about this floor plan is the fact that you have all of these smaller drawers. So if you're like me and you like to keep things compartmentalized and organized, you have all of the room there. And then these deep drawers, of course, would be great for things like your jeans, sweats, anything that's maybe a little more heavy and you still have this fantastic nightstand. And then up here you have all of the controls for your HDMI cords, for your if maybe you wanted to put in a Blu-ray player. But please keep in mind this coach has Starlink on it, so your 43-inch flat screen TV is going to be able to download without any kind of Fire Stick. You can just go right onto the television and download Hulu, Netflix, whatever it is that you use to watch TV, you can do here in this coach while streaming. And this isn't the small portable Starlink. This is the large industrial level Starlink that can even be used while you're in motion going down the road. Now, of course, one of my favorite features that Newmar does so well is all of the tufting, all of this beautiful integrated, just very light accent of light blue and teal tied in with this beautiful motif with these pillows. So the textures, the softness, the subtle, shimmer of this rear headboard, everything here is just beautiful. And if you're like me and you like to open your windows, please note that this is a pretty substantial difference between this and the Essex and the King Aire. So these are not bonded windows, but they are aluminum windows or aluminum casings that are set into the subframe of this coach. So these aren't floating in a foam core. The R16 on-center aluminum C-channel construction allows us to have a very robust setting for all of our windows, but because you're in the London Aire, they're all opening windows. And then again, you'll see with this London Aire motif, you've got this beautiful black lattice work above your nightstands. And then the nightstands down below have this great little port where you can actually put in a USB, a Type-C, or your 110 outlets. And there's just a little cutout right above so you can run your phone out through the top. Now on the Essex and the King Aire, they do have a wireless charging dock, but if you knock one of those while you're sleeping at night, you might wake up and not be able to do that Instagram, and we all know that that's pretty dangerous stuff. Okay, so these are 11-inch table extensions, so a total of 22 extra inches. And one of the best parts, I think, of this London Aire is going to be the booth. So I can't wait to show that to you. So as we go here into the center of the coach, please note that one of the features that Newmar has done such a great job with is integration. So here at these touch panels that we have, you're able to not only control your coach, but you can actually Wi-Fi into this app and have it downloaded on your phone. So if you're checking to see what your temperature is, maybe you just need to check your tank levels to see whether or not you need to fill up with water or dump your tanks before you head out on the road. All of those things can be Wi-Fi'd into your phone via this new ATC app. So this replaces the Silverleaf system. Now, the other aspect of this coach that makes it so fantastic is all of the pantry space. So as I said, this is an entertainer's coach. So of course, having a decadent bedroom is important, but more so, what's even more important is having the capacity to keep all of your things, your toaster ovens, your crock pots, all of the cooking supplies that you might need. Maybe you just need a dry bar. Anything that you like can happen here. And because these are all removable shelves, you could use that hanging rod up top and create a long hanging space here as well. And on top of that, you think that that's a ton of space? Check this out. In this floor plan, you get 2 pantries. And this pantry is a push to release with all of your dovetail drawers. Lots of big storage here. You've got 4 total shelves that you can reach all the way back to because they extend. And then look at all the room for pots, pans, frying pans, baking sheets, everything down below. This kitchen gives you a totally residential feel and a great place to be able to keep all of your goods. And as you can see there, when I open the cabinet, turns the lights on. When I close the cabinet, it turns the light off. Now this is our 19.6 cubic foot Whirlpool refrigerator. Now please keep in mind, this has the water filter not only on the whole house, but also inside of the refrigerator. So your door water is also filtered twice. So once on the outside and then again coming into the refrigerator. Same thing goes for your ice. Of course, we've got our charcuterie drawer down below, and then vegetables and fruits. The water dispenser allows you to keep that Brita at home. You don't have to bring it with you camping. It doesn't have to take up all of that valuable freezer space or refrigerator space. And then of course you've got your ice maker and your large deep pocket refrigerator down below. Now, as you go through this coach, when you're entertaining, what's more important? Of course, you want to be able to keep yourself some privacy, but you still want your guests to be able to have the access to their own bathroom. Take a look at how beautiful and roomy this bathroom looks with the Summit and Morel two-tone interior. I love this finish. I love the tile work. I love the countertops. Everything about this coach is gorgeous. Super, super custom. Really, really spectacular feeling. But when we say super, super custom, this year the Artisan package is available to you about $100,000 on your luxury high-end coaches, 60 to 70 if you're going into maybe a Dutch Star or Ventana. But here for the Essex, the London, or the Supreme Aire, you can actually choose your exclusive design through this Artisan series. And when you choose your design, let's see, I must be at the beginning. Here we go. You can choose the design that you like. You can choose your colors. And after you've chosen this design and this color palette, you can make this red. It could be purple. You can make it hot pink. That would be my preference, of course. But whenever you're finished using this Artisan design on your coach, it will never be used again, giving you that complete exclusive one-time paint job. So really, really cool new feature offered by Newmar this year on our London Aire. Now, as you can see up here, a ton of overhead storage. Great place to keep maybe your serving trays, any of those longer baking sheets that you might have. And then up here, of course, a great room for a dry bar. Maybe you could keep your coffee cups up here, your drinking glasses, and then down below, check this out. How nice is this dual zone refrigerated area? You can keep bubbly water here, keep your bottles of wine, champagne, whatever you like. And what's so nice about this extra area here is this is a great place to be able to keep your coffee pot, your toaster oven, anything that you might need to have in your kitchen that you keep out full time. And this is stationary. The slide comes in here. So this is going to be accessible for you while you're going down the road, as is the refrigerator. So when you're camping, of course, everything's opened up, but sometimes you might be stopping on a long road trip. If you stop at roadside and you want to go ahead and get yourself something to drink, you've got access to that. You've got this nice dining area. As I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite features that they came out with in 2025 was this new booth with this beautiful design. So when they came out with this new decor, I just love the fact that they are bringing in not only full leather. So again, this is all leather. This is not synthetic. This is an all leather interior on your Essex, on your Mountain Aire, on your London Aire. But above and beyond the fact that it's not just the King Aire that has all leather anymore, they're also incorporating some of these really nice tactile designs. So you have this really nice soft, feel in this coach, much more like a homey feel than having everything just in that ultra leather. But speaking of ultra leather, this looks really dangerous to me, right? You think, oh gosh, this could be really easily soiled. This is completely smooth. The texture is actually built into the material, very easy to clean. Of course, all wood lambrequins, housing again those big windows throughout the coach. And then above that, you have this beautiful Summit wood finish. And again, when you have all of this storage, I mean, there's just nothing stopping you from having everything that you need with you on the road. Now, we've incorporated that lattice work even into the design feature ceiling. And on the other side of this design feature ceiling, again, all Summit cabinetry. And then take a look at how sexy this sink is. This is such a big, beautiful black sink. This undermount sink is huge. And as you can see, you've got tons of room, again, for cooking, but also for keeping, maybe you've got your knife block that you want to keep out on your countertop, anything that you like to have, your mixing spoons, your spatulas, all of those things. There's plenty of room. As you can see, we mentioned it earlier, a charcuterie board. And then one of my favorite features of this coach, so I have a Superstar, I have a 2022 Superstar, and I cook outside all the time. And I liked my induction cooktop so much that when I built my house, I actually built it with an induction cooktop as well. And this true induction cooktop can actually be removed and taken outside. Now you'll say, well, I mean, I have a grill outside, I have a Coleman thing outside. Okay, I hate to tell you this, but in the wind, you're cooked. Actually, you're not cooked, you're raw. In the wind with an induction cooktop, because this is a magnetically conductive surface, you don't have to worry about high gusts of wind impeding your ability to get your boiling hot water for your coffee or for your French press in the morning. This is going to work for you at whatever guests are around your campsite. And I think that that's such a fantastic thing. You want to sear some tuna outside and you don't want to cook fish on the inside of your coach. You can do that in this London Aire. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the chef's kitchen. Take a look at this new Whirlpool microwave and convection oven. One of the nicest features of this coach, of course, is that we've got this great cooking surface. But when you want to bake, maybe you want to use an air fryer. Well, this is also an air fryer. So this is not only a microwave, it's also a convection and an air fryer as well. So all three features in one. And then, as I mentioned earlier, chef's kitchen would not be complete without a place to keep all of your spices, all of your utensils, or in this case, all of your remotes. And of course, it's locked. Your Fisher Pickle dishwasher. Don't worry, it's the same dishwasher in all of the RVs. Fisher Pickle just owns the market in that. Now take a look at these brand new luxurious recliners. One of my favorite features coming into this show this year, aside for the rear view monitor they finally put in the Superstars and the Supreme Airs, is this. A flat counter for your wine cup. I mean, if you got a wine glass or a champagne glass, you can't put it in this little hole. It tips over, I promise you. I've tried it before. But what's so cool about this is not only are these even wider than they were before, but on top of it, you still have all of your blankie storage. So everything that you need to keep your remotes. There's a little tray here, but there's also plenty of room for your blankets. And then you still get your cool leaded cup holders, but you also have a flat surface to keep a wine glass or maybe just a bowl of salsa and some chips. Just a really, really nice feature. Now, of course, across from us, we've got our 50-inch flat screen TV. As you have seen time and time again on the televator, we'll leave that up for right now, but here at the dealer show, you know, we are so spoiled by coming into coach after coach that's just done so well, but every single year they seem to make it even better than it was the year before. And I think that just the eyeball of this coach, when you walk in, the pure level of luxury that you feel when you step foot into this RV is overwhelming. Now, one of my favorite features of this coach, of course, is going to be that both of these chairs turn around like recliners. So you can see right here, we've got one of them kind of pivoting here. And then I also just wanted to show off our monitor this year no longer has the line through the middle. It's one consecutive monitor, but you still have our fantastic three-dimensional 360-degree camera, overhead camera, so you can still see everything around you. We've got a great navigation system, Mobileye, of course, and then you'll notice in this mirror on the outside, we have that little triangle, which indicates that you've got your blind spot assist as well as your turn signal indicator. And then, of course, those cameras for when you turn left or right are built into that mirror housing right there. Down below the parking brake, you'll see a very smartly placed place to wirelessly charge your cell phone. And then, of course, you can see all of your power driver's window. And then up above, just some extra storage. Of course, these cabinets are as well built and robust as you've ever expected from Newmar. And then above here, you'll see the control center for the coach. And you'll notice that we have a new brand of solar panels. We also have our Winegard Razor antenna, which is a standard feature, our Girard awnings. And then you'll see over here our Starlink. And again, that is that in-motion Starlink. And when you see this little blue light here, it's because we have 960 amp hours of battery storage in this coach. Now, this is built on the Freightliner chassis that is the standard chassis for the 2026 London Aire. There's also an optional K3 Spartan chassis. Both of these chassis are going to boast a 20,000 pound towing capacity. So this coach with its tag axle is going to be more than capable of bringing not only down the road for you your tow vehicle, but now they've also partnered with ATC, and you can get a custom painted to match trailer to tow behind your RV and have it actually painted at Newmar. So some pretty excited changes for us in the RV. Now, of course, this passenger camera here, oh shit, we lost the Jeep camera. is something I think is highly recommended. And as you can see below that, there's a wireless charging dock, and this is that extra wide seat. And again, this is in all leather. So really, really nice finishes. On the way out, I'd like Avon just to put over here to the right. We have an all lights on and off button right here next to the door, which is fantastic. When you come in, what do you need? Of course, you need to be able to turn all your lights on. You can do that very easily without having to, get your phone out, pull out your app, go in and touch your central control panel. Everything's right there at the door. Now, of course, your lighted door handle still has the key code here, so you can open and close all of your compartment bays by just pushing the unlock code on this handle. You can also lock all of your compartment bays. Now, keep in mind, the 4540 is part of Newmar's design to brand all of our bunk models with the last numbers 40. So whenever you see a 40 in Newmar moving forward, it's going to indicate to you that this is a bunk model. And as you can see, you've got the 4595, which is the model we're showing you today, the 4569. I just did an Essex video on a 4569, and then we've of course carried over our very traditional and very well loved 4551. But again, they refer to this coach as being an entertainer's coach because it's got so much room, not only on the inside, but also on the outside, because we all know if you're having a nice dinner party on the inside, there's probably some tailgating going on in advance of that dinner party. So your 3 cubic foot Dometic on a slide does pull all the way out past your slides, as you can see here. And then the standard now, without having to option in, is going to be your exterior entertainment system. It will be different according to whichever floor plan. It may be down below in a compartment bay, or it may be wall mounted like it is here on the side. But it's a standard feature, no longer something that you need to option into. It does have a sound bar, and it also does have charging capabilities over here. So you've got your Type-C, your USB, and your 2 110s. And then below that, your fantastic slides. Now you can have a power slide, or you can have a manual slide. Either way, you're going to have a 1,000-pound weight rated slide, storage up above those trays, and that's the more narrow slide, probably 29 inches would be my guess, but just by the look of it. But then you have your wider full base slide, and this goes all the way through and out the other side. So you've got 2 full pass-through slides that come out to 60%, so that you can actually access and load your coach while your slides are still deployed, while you're getting ready to go and hit the road. Now here in the center compartment, one of the things I think that's really nice to mention is that we have not only our central vac, but a manual power slide here as well. Ooh, can you tell we're at the dealer show? There's like fancy, exciting music going on. All right, now this is a new feature for us. Take a look at the brains of this operation. Now this is very cool. This is very easy for you to access. If you have a fuse, if you've got any kind of operational issues, if you need to run diagnostics, everything is super simple to get to. Very big change for Newmar. I think that we recognize that people get frustrated when they can't get their coach working, and if there's something as simple as a fuse, why not make it easy to access? Now, as you can see here, this is just one of the transponders that you have. So these little radars are, there's 6 of them, there's 3 on each side. These are what are detecting whether or not there's someone in your blind spot. And of course, we've got our forward driving axle and our passive tag, giving this coach a very easy to park, very easy to steer turning radius. And then on top of it, this is this new interior. It's called Flame Burrow. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I think one of the things that I want to really make sure we point out is that when you see these beautiful cut and buff finishes, they're so smooth, but they're also taken all the way to the inside of the slide here. So really attractive, very, very nice paint job, but when you open your slide, it continues the whole way through. And as you'll note here, we've got our depth filling station, and then here in the back, we've got our chassis batteries. And again, this is going to be on the SL605 horsepower, or SL605 chassis by Freightliner. This is going to have a 20,000-pound towing capacity. It's going to have brake sync, which is going to be something that just allows you to plug in your tow vehicle. All you need is an adapter. and then the Air Force One system and your Jeep or your F-150, whatever it is that you're towing, will be braking in unison with your coach. Again, 20,000 pound towing capacity and pre-wired for your Voyager as well. Another thing that's worth mentioning about this coach is it has something called V-Ride. So if you are somebody who's going to be traversing up those mountain passes, of course, all of this low end torque, this big horsepower is going to get you up there very capably. But on top of it, that V-Ride is going to give you that stability that you'd like to have going through those mountain passes. The side radiator is going to be a standard feature for anything Dutch Star on up. And of course, in our luxury line, you'll see that everything that we carry is going to be, except for in the Mountaineers class, 45 feet long. So this coach is 44 feet, 11 inches. Dual fill in terms of depth. A nice little bay here to keep your gloves or your gravity hose. And then you can see down here, under this little exhaust port, we have our water bay. Now, one of the best things about this water bay, of course, is that it has a paper towel dispenser. It also has the tilt feature where you can tilt this to one side to make it easier to clean your tanks. I love the fact that they've taken the whole house water filter and made the chamber clear as opposed to having a dark chamber that you can't see through. And that Sanacon system is going to allow you to not only dump very easily into your dump station, but also you can pump gray water into a local drain, even up a hill. So if you're boondocking, this is a fantastic coach because you can very easily get this coach low. If you're low on your gray water space, you've got an 80-gallon gray water tank. Let's say you're doing laundry, you would very easily be able to actually get that gray water tank dumped just a little bit more so that you can get that laundry done. So here we have our buddy plug, our surge protector, our power cord reel, our cable connection, and then both of these are going to be, this is your Chinook dual loop hydronic heating system. Please keep in mind that with this Chinook system being a dual loop, one of the better changes that you have in this coach is by going to that dual loop system, we're allowing the coach to heat that antifreeze and pump it through tubes of liquid that are going half the distance, because there's two loops, one servicing half the coach, the other servicing the other half of the coach. So this coach has not only three 15,000 BTU air conditioners, as well as heat pumps, electric in-floor heating. It also has hydronic heat, and that's being powered by your Chinook system. Now this Chinook system can heat your hot water to 120 degrees, and it gets so warm, to be honest with you, that you actually have to turn it down, which is so impressive. But again, it can also keep that coach nice and warm in cool temperatures. But now we're talking about being nice and warm in cool temperatures. What about being too hot in warm temperatures? Well, of course, Newmar has an answer for that as well. Look at how easy those doors close. So they made these doors close easier starting in 2023. And I'm telling you, it's not a joke. These guys have really improved the door closing. But we'll show you this one last little bay before we get to the coup d'etat. So one of the things that Newmar has taken into account is that being comfortable in a coach doesn't always mean being warm. Sometimes it means being cool. So what do? We do things like this. So you can see this entire living room area has a power blind that comes down. And what's so nice about this is that because this is operated by a toggle switch, you can bring that blind down just enough to block the sun, but not to block your view. Or if you want some privacy, you can bring it all the way down to that 45-degree angle. So that's one of your heat-saving measures. But on top of that, now you have this. We have moved to the Victron energy management system. So this is going to give you one dedicated inverter that powers your central air conditioner. And you can see it here paired with 960 amp hours of lithium storage. So this is a fantastic feature. Not only can you keep your coach cool while you're camping, maybe you're desert camping at night, you're not plugged in, you want to let your air conditioning run, this Victron system will allow you to do that. But on top of it, you can also run that central air while you're going down the road. Now, it's important to mention, Newmar does some things differently than other manufacturers. One of them is going to be in our construction. So residential style construction, we're not going to laminate foam to our fiberglass. What we do is we actually use aluminum C-channel. It allows us to be lighter weight. We can run our wiring through the coach. much more efficient for our wall space. But then we can use batt insulation to keep that warmth on the interior of the coach or keep that heat outside of the coach, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. But that's also mimicked not only in our roof, where we've got R19 insulation, but also in our floor. Our floor is about 3 inches thick, and that subfloor keeps you cooler going down the road or warmer in the winter, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So one of the things that happens with a Newmar is not only do you have a warm or cool ride going down the road, it's also a nice quiet ride going down the road as well. Now, we're not going to open it today because, of course, well, we're at the dealer show and they have to have certain things turned off, but there's a 12.5 kilowatt quiet diesel generator underneath your driver's seat. So one of the benefits, of course, in having a London Aire, opening windows, big generator, 605 horsepower, tons and tons of towing capacity, passive tag axle, the ultimate in luxury. But then again, blind spot assist, lane tracking package, automatic cruise control, you know, with your on-guard system, automatic high beams and low beams. And then of course, all of your windshield wipers are hidden here behind the front of or the end cap of your coach. So this London Aire is by far one of the best offerings on the marketplace. If you are interested in something that will get you out and camping, enjoying that fresh air, this is the way you want to go. This is a fantastic offering by Newmar, especially for those of you that for those of you who are out there trying to entertain. So as I said before, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from the dealer show here for the 2026 model line. Let me know how we can get you out on the road and camping.